I look like Santa Claus again with the red. Anyway, listen, this is a live stream, and if you're looking for the live stream chat, if this is a replay and you're watching, I mean, if you're watching this on a replay, the live stream chat doesn't show up for like 12 hours after I've already finished this live stream. Listen, the I'm not sure if the reception is giving good because I have my windows closed, a lot of them, because of it's kind of raining in California. There's supposedly going to be a big, some kind of bomb cyclone in California. Anyway, so let me tell you what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Just basically, I'm just going to see who. I mean, what's been going on in the news lately, and because there's been a lot of deaths lately, with these actors. But I'm not going to go through the people's names because you've been watching the news, you've seen it. But what I do want to say is that that Elvis's birthday is coming up. Okay, so it's definitely something to look for. Around that time, which is January 8th, which is in like 4 days, right? And so already this year, even right before the year ended, I mean, a lot of things have happened. You know what I mean? A lot of flooding and snow and death and freezing. You know what I mean? It's like, it's already been bad. You know what I mean? Anyway, and yeah, Elvis turns 88 years old. You know what I mean? All right, check this out. Let's see. So there's this drummer supposedly who died. First of all, I've never even heard of this band. I'm just going through a bunch of stuff. I have like a bunch of cards here, uh, supposed news stories. The only reason I'm even mentioning this guy, I would have never heard of this. It was on CNN. Who's ever heard of a band called Modest Mouse? Has anyone heard of a band called Modest Mouse? I mean, it's like, like Mighty Mouse. Anyway, some dude named Jeremiah Green. And I told you, anytime you see the name Green, it's connecting to emerald green, okay? Because, Seattle, you've heard of them? You've heard of this band called Modest Mouse? That's funny. Anyway, so uh, anytime you hear green, they're talking about emerald green, which is Seattle. Seattle's known as the Emerald City. I didn't mean Emerald Green. I meant Emerald City. Anyway, because green is, emerald is green, right? Anyway, the reason that's important, this guy, whoever he is, like I said, there are such things as coincidence, folks. All right. The only thing is, this particular drummer, whoever he is, Jeremiah Green, he grew up in Washington State. It says Moxie, Washington. I've never heard of it. Then he moved to Seattle, and then he went to somewhere else. But he grew up in Washington, but he was born in Oahu. Oahu. I can't even barely say that. Oahu, Hawaii. And Elvis's favorite vacation place is Hawaii. I told you that. Where stupid Obama's born. Anyway, what's important about this dude is he was 45 years old, and he was born the same year Elvis died. Okay, so that's the only connection to anything I can think of, because I told you anything to do with the 45. It's connecting to Trump, who's the 45th president, and Elvis, who's been dead for 45 years. Okay. And then I told you the connection to his name, which was Green. And that dude's name was Jeremiah, which could be like a Jeremy, right? Is that short for Jeremiah? Because the reason I'm bringing up that is because there was an actor named Jeremy Renner who had a snow plowing accident. Okay. And the reason I'm even mentioning him is because he was born one day before Elvis's birthday. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I told you that Elvis's birthday, because it's on the 8th day of the year, when you're using the time and date calculator, you go from the first of the year to the 8th day. If you don't count that day, it'll be 7 days or 8 days, the January 8th, which has to do with the identical twins, Elvis and Jesse, right? And Jesse supposedly died at birth. Anyway, there's Jeremy Renner. He was born one day before Elvis's birthday, right? January 7th. And he supposedly was in a serious accident, but he's okay, you know? And anyway, what else about this dude? Anyway, he had the Jeremy name. That's all I was bringing up. And that he's born one day before Elvis's birthday. So what else we got? On the news, see, I'm just bringing up stuff that I've seen on the news, okay? This is nothing is important in this video, okay? I'll be talking about the Oscars thing in a moment. Again, it's not that big of a deal. I was just going to mention that too. Lately, I saw 2 news stories about some basketball players who had a good game. For some reason, the news is showing it. Don't ask me. When I say the news, I'm talking about CNN or Fox News, okay? And there was 2 basketball players that they showed in recent days that had good games. And one of them was called Luke Doncic. His last name is Doncic. It's got the Don in it, okay? The reason I'm bringing it up, you'll see why I'm bringing it up. His name is Don, and he had a high scoring game. For some reason they were showing him, but he's got the Don in his name. And I told you Don connects to Donald. Don equals 33. He plays for the Dallas Mavericks, okay? But what's interesting is that he's born on 2/28. Pay attention. 2/28, which is that's February 28th, but Elvis, he died on August 16th, which is the 228th day of the year, okay? And he wore the number 77, and that's the year Elvis died. Elvis died August 16th, 1977. This guy's wearing the 77 t-shirt, and he's born on 2/28. Like, out of all the people, why are they even showing him on CNN? That's my point, all right? There's like no reason to show this other than to, for that reason. And the reason I'm saying that is because the next time they showed somebody on CNN who had a good game, it was another guy named Donovan Mitchell, and he wore the number 45. You know what I mean? So they show the 77, then they show a 45 who had a great game, which connects to Elvis being dead for 45 years since 1977. Do you get it? Okay? And Trump being the 45th president. That's all I'm saying. It's just weird that they would show that on the news. Okay? Now, I was just, listen, folks, I'm on my backup channel. I'm just yapping. Make sure you guys go to my main channel and subscribe there, and make sure you watch all the videos there and watch all the live streams. Yeah, I got, see the picture, I'm not sure what you guys can see. The lighting on this is terrible, man. Well, I might as well show this since I have it ready to go. Hold on. So there's a commercial. Here's a commercial. Check this out. I don't know if you guys saw this. Let me see if I can.
Category 5 wave has broken containment from the stadium.
There's a commercial from Dr. Pepper.
Next season on Fansville, presented by Dr. Pepper.
A Category 5 wave has broken containment from the stadium and is heading straight for Fansville.
A tsunami wave?
No, something is coming.
Oh no, it's the wave. I refuse to participate in this.
The wave? What is this, the 80s?
Oh no.
Next season,
sure there's Dr. Pepper in there.
Prepare to cheer. Dr. Pepper and the one fan.
First of all, you know, I told you guys about the pee-pee, right? So it's interesting that they're talking about a wave and they're talking about this pee-pee thing.
Pepper.
I mean, it's a Dr. Pepper commercial. And look, it's got the word die right there, right? Diet, die. And look, it's got the number 23 for the year. All right. The pee-pee is coming. Exactly. That's funny. The pee-pee is coming. That's right. Let's watch that one more time. Notice he's got an S on his, everything's about the S because it says, you know why it's the S? See the S on his, because I'm assuming they're saying it's because of State University, because this girl right here, she's wearing the state emblem, whatever the state is. It looks like a Washington State thing to me, if you ask me. And you know the word state is the word Janus, okay? L State is Seattle anagram. Do you get it? If you put an EL, you see what I'm saying? It's SEATT and then EL. But I'm doing this. EL. If you put an EL right here, I just realized I was pointing at her boob. It's EL. State EL. It'd be the word Seattle. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what they're doing right here, okay? L State is Seattle, okay? And let's watch that again.
Boots and PJs. Polls.
Next season on Fansville, presented by Dr. Pepper.
A Category 5 wave has broken containment from the stadium and is heading straight for Fansville.
The tsunami wave?
No, something is coming.
Oh no, it's the wave. I refuse to participate in this.
The wave?
What is this, the 80s?
Next season,
Make sure there's Dr. Pepper in there.
prepare to cheer. Dr. Pepper and the...
And of course, the pee-pee, like I told you, you know, it's all about the pee-pee, folks. So I thought that was interesting, you know. And notice, if you guys were paying attention, it said the word Fansville. The very first thing they put up was the word Fansville. And you know what Fansville equals? Exact same as the word Rocket Man. And I told you Elvis is the Rocket Man. So Fansville equals Rocket Man. Okay? And if you ever wondered what you know, at the end of a lot of names they put VILLE. If you want to know what that means, it's the word kings, KINGS in a gematria. VILLE equals the word kings with an S. Okay. Anyway, like I said, the word state, besides it being an anagram close to Seattle, if you just added an EL, state equals the word Janus. And I told you that Trump and Elvis are the Janus twins. State equals the exact same as the word Janus. Because L State is Seattle, L Janus is Seattle. Same numbers. And they were talking about a tsunami, okay? Then there was a Rose Bowl event. You know, the Rose Bowl was the other day. There was nothing at the Rose Bowl, folks. The only thing good about the Rose Bowl that was interesting is that Gabby Giffords, the lady who got the head wound on Elvis's birthday, she was the Grand Marshal. That was it. She was the one who got the head wound. Okay? So that's the only thing. And you know, the only connection to that with anything, you know, they call it floats. FLOATS, those things, the Rose Bowl, you know, parade floats, because you know, floating has to do with water, right? You float on the water or whatever it's called. Flotillas and stuff like that. Then you had that guy about the Idaho murders. They arrested somebody who had the initials BK, which is 2/11, which is the 42nd day of the year, which is Washington's original birthday. You get what I'm saying? The initials 2/11. But what's important about that story, about the Idaho story, if you haven't seen my videos on it, it was at 1122 King Street, the killings, and the cross street is Queen. Okay, it's the king and queen, and you know, it's everything's about the king and queen because of King Charles, the queen dying. Elvis is the king. Seattle's King County. 1122 is JFK's death date, and that was the address. 1122 King Street, and the cross street was Queen. And the guy was supposedly a Washington State University. The killer was a Washington State University person. I don't know if he worked there or what. I don't know. But again, very strange. Yeah, that's right. Like hovering. Yeah, floating. That's right. Good point. And Elvis, the only word you can make with Elvis's letters backwards is, I mean, if you use the letters that Elvis backwards letters, I know you don't understand, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, it equals the word hover. Pope Benedict, Pope Benedict was Pope Benedict. He died, and he was the 16th. Okay, and pay attention to the letters. PB. P is the 16th letter. B is the second letter. So that's the 162, right? Which is June 11th. P is the 16th letter. B is the second letter. Pope Benedict. 162 is June 11th. Then if you add the 16, because it's Pope Benedict the 16th, then if you add the 16, it's 16216. That's Elvis's. I mean, that's June 11th and August 4th, the 216th day of the year. My two predictions: June 11th and August 4th. For August 4th, for Pope Benedict dying. Benedict dying. Yeah, and the Pope has the pee-pee. Exactly. That's right. The double crown. Yeah. That's right. The king and queen. Anyway, where am I here? Okay, I need to talk about this. Let me put this aside for a minute. Oh, so you have this Kevin McCarthy thing that's going around with the Congress. Guess what number Congress this is? It's the 118th Congress. So you have Elvis's birthday again in there, 1/8. And you know there was two of them born that day, so you know you can kind of say 118, or if it was 188, whatever, you know. But 118 is, or 11 times 8 is 88. It's the 118th Congress. Elvis turns 88, and you have all this chaos. Can you imagine? What are these people doing, man? You know, with their stupid, making it look like everything's legit, you know, as if they don't have a plan of what's going to really happen here. Hold on. Anyway, Kevin McCarthy, the guy that's, you know, surrounding this chaos that's going on at the Congress right now, is born on because you know they're trying to elect the Speaker of the House, and already he's failed 6 times, which I've never heard before about this kind of stuff. And what makes, I'll tell you why it's important in a minute, because who keeps beating him? What the Democrat who's beating him, which I've shown before why this guy was chosen. If you don't see what's happening here, folks, wake the hell up. Watch what I show you, okay? So Kevin McCarthy, he's born on 126, and that's the same numbers as 216 and 162, which is June 11th, August 4th. So he's born on January 26th, and 2-6 is 8. So that's Elvis's birthday, 1-8. 1 plus 2 and 6 is 8. You get what I'm saying? So 162, okay, pay attention. 126 is when he's born, this Kevin McCarthy, which I told you that June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. So that's one connection. Who is the guy that keeps beating him? Because remember, Kevin McCarthy is born on 126, which I just told you what connects. Who is the guy who keeps beating him? This guy named Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries is the House Speaker for the Democrats. Even though the Republicans have the more people in the House of Representatives. And by the way, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. If you think I know something, I don't. I'm talking about as far as Congress stuff. I just know just a few things here. But they have more people. You know, they have control of the House, the Republicans, but they can't get enough votes for McCarthy to win. Who keeps beating him? Hakeem Jeffries. When is Hakeem Jeffries born? August 4th, Obama's birthday. You see what I'm saying? The day Trump gets his head wound, August 4th. You can't make this stuff up. Okay? You understand? Everything is connected. What is the chance that all this chaos is going on and Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic speaker, he's the one. Because I've shown already him before why he was chosen to be the speaker. Why is he winning, you know? And so that's that for that. Okay. And by the way, Hakeem Jeffries, he's born in Crown Heights. Like I said, I've shown all this stuff. He's born in Crown Heights, okay? And not only is he born on August 4th, but he's born in 1970. And that's 197 with a crown because the 45th prime number is 197. So you have the 45th prime number is 197. He's born 1970, 197 with a crown. And he's born in Crown Heights, this Hakeem Jeffries. And he's born on August 4th. Obama's birthday, the day Trump gets his head wound. And who did he take over for? For Nancy Pelosi, okay? The CC. Who's the CC rider? It's Elvis. He's the beast out of the CC ride. He's the beast out of the CC, okay? Out of Seattle. Are you guys, listen, I know most of you are getting this, but is there anyone here who doesn't understand or follow all these connections I'm talking about right now? Is there anyone who doesn't follow? Because if you don't, I'll do a quick, explanation. There was also a soccer player who died whose name was Pele. He's got the EL in his name and the P. The PE, you could say is like the word P. LP, or, kind of like the Peloton. I told you anything with it's like Pelosi, same thing. Because it connects to Tupelo, where Elvis and the identical twin were born. Because, Elvis's identical twin died at birth. Anything to do with, that's why Peloton always has problems, that bike company. And that's why they had controversy. Because anything to do with Elvis is going to have controversy, death, and destruction, okay? Anyway, so this soccer player named Pele died. He died at the age of 82. Seattle equals 82, okay? And they called him the king, okay? Pele, he was called the king of whatever, soccer. And then, what do I got here? Okay, let me finish this. I don't have much more left. So there was a football player who collapsed on the field. His name is Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin. And the initials DH is like the HD. HD is 8-4. DH is 4-8. That's the day Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. 8-4. That was the player. And he wore the number 3. Because I told you the 3 is a code. The 3 or the 33. because they love to mock God. You know, they mock because Jesus rose from the dead at the age of 33. What's the number of ascension? He was crucified at 33, rose from the dead at 33. He rose from the dead after 3 days, and the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit are three. You know what I'm saying? What is this? And that's why they use the number 3 or 33, because it's the number of ascension and has to do with Jesus. They love to mock God. Anyway, so he collapsed on the field. His heart stopped, and they brought him back from the dead. Okay? Because Trump is going to get his head wound, and he's going to survive. He's going to survive the deadly head wound. And that's why he's got the initials of 48, you know, DHHD, which is 8448. Yeah, I see your comment about the 10-4. I know what you're saying. Yeah, that would be correct. Because on the Roman calendar, 10-4 would be 8-4. Yeah. And who were they playing? Could somebody find this out for me? Where was that game being played? Was it in Ohio? Because they were playing Cincinnati, the Buffalo Bills. Could somebody find out, was it in Buffalo or was it in Cincinnati? Because Cincinnati's in Ohio. Could somebody find out and let me know? Because, again, that connects to Trump. Trump getting his head wound in Ohio. Yeah, someone's saying that he was taken to the furthest hospital away from the football stadium. That's interesting. So, are you sure it was in Ohio? That's what I'm saying. So again, that connects to my Trump head wound. Okay, because I told you Trump is going to get his head wound in Ohio. And that's where the guy collapsed and was brought back from the dead. And he's in the ICU, which is ICU equals 33. The letters ICU. Get it? ICU. Anyway, man, I'm seeing weird shadows. Okay. So, what's left? So, have you noticed there's like some Oscar stuff you hear, you know, if you're looking at Google and stuff, Oscar, they're talking about Oscars, right? And they're saying that this Elvis movie is going to possibly win something. So can you imagine if Elvis wins an Oscar? Now that would be unbelievable. And what else is up for Oscars? You know, because I don't know how this Oscars thing work. Like, but of course Top Gun is in it, and I told you that Top Gun came out the same time as the Elvis movie. Top Gun overtook Elvis, or Elvis took, I'm not sure exactly how. I think Top Gun came out after Elvis. I'm not sure, but it was right around the same time. It was the #1 movie, and then Elvis was second, or he was on the top. I can't remember. So and I told you the word gun equals 42. So Elvis is saying he's the top gun, top 42. Do you get what I'm saying? And there was another movie, Avatar, Way of Water. And I told you Elvis equals water in gematria. And Elvis equals reset. Because there's going to be a reset. And it could possibly have to do with water. Okay? Because Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. And just like Noah and the flood, there was a reset after the flood with Noah in the Bible. Do you understand? They're you know, they're mocking God. You know, there's something's going to happen, folks. We'll see how they pull this off, you know. So, you know, whatever. I'm just saying that we'll see what they do with the Oscars, but if Elvis wins an Oscar, that would be interesting. And then what's left? So you know that Tom Hanks. Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about. So Tom Hanks. There's a movie. Someone brought this to my attention today. I mean, I had seen a clip from the movie on the news for some reason, but I didn't pay attention to the title of the movie, which is very interesting. All right. So first, let me say why Tom Hanks is important, because almost every movie Tom Hanks is in, that dude has an Elvis reference in it. Because for some reason, this Tom Hanks is connected to this Elvis puzzle. Okay, and in the movie Castaway, there was Elvis references, which I've shown. In the movie Forrest Gump, there was Elvis references. Okay, Forrest Gump taught Elvis to dance in the movie or something like that, and he did the Sleepless in Seattle. He even did a movie called Hologram for a King. Can you imagine? That's what the title was, and it has nothing to do with a hologram for a king. You know what I mean? And what makes Tom Hanks even more important to the Elvis puzzle is because Tom Hanks was the first famous person to have anything. Wait a minute, what am I saying? Tom Hanks was the first famous person to get the you-know-what sickness. Okay? You know, the C-19. He was the first famous person to get it. And what was Tom Hanks doing when he got the sickness? He was filming the Elvis movie, okay? And I told you, not only was he the first one to get it, and he was filming that Elvis movie, Seattle was the first place that got the sickness, okay? And the first death was in King County, where Seattle is, okay? And also, the first clinical trials for the injection was in Seattle. It was a Seattle woman who was the first one to get the trials. You know. Okay, folks. Oh, and let me show you the new movie that he's got. So after he did the Elvis movie, he did a few other movies, but that I don't know if they've come out yet or not. But he did a movie called Auto, which, look, I mean, it's hard for me to explain why the auto is so important. Because look, the O's, it's like the word Ohio, okay, and the T's in the middle are like two crosses. It's like basically saying the double cross, okay? Because Jesus, he was, crucified and on a cross, and then he rose from the dead, right? So if you have another cross, it'd be the Antichrist. You understand? So the double cross would be the Antichrist. And I told you the word Christ equals 77, and the Antichrist equals 154. 77 equals 154. Do you get it? So two Christs. If there's a second Christ, that would be the Antichrist. Get it? Just like I told you about the word P, P-E-E equals the word God. If you have P-P, it's God. It's the Antichrist. Because there's only one God. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit are one. They're the Godhead. Right? But anyway, like I said, Christ equals 77. You get a second Christ, it'll be 154. 77 plus 77 is 154. The Antichrist equals 154. Anyway, so where was I going? Anyway, oh yeah, that was the movie about OTTO, right? But here's another thing. It has to do with the word Elliot, OTT. At the end of Elliot is the letters OTT, and that OTT is the backwards of the word God. If you put OTT it would equal 5510, 2617 backwards. God is 2617, 5510. So it's the backwards numbers of God, OTT. And you have the O. So it's like saying, oh God. Okay. But it would be the backwards OTTO for this movie auto. But anyway, the word Elliot, it's like I said, if you've seen my videos from a long time ago, I told you that the Eli, ELLI, is something important. I'm not going to connect it right now, but in a future live stream, I'll do it with you guys. So the Elliot is super important, and Elliot's last three letters are OTT, okay? And I know I'm confusing you guys with this, but let me just finish this because I want to end the video. Because I can't talk a lot, folks, because I don't want to hurt my throat, because I want to make sure that I still have a... What the heck am I looking for? Oh. By the way, this movie title that I'm about to show you has nothing to do with the movie. You know, inside the movie, it's kind of like Tom Hanks calling it hologram for a king when there's no hologram or a king, I don't think, in the movie. And let me type it in because I don't want to say the name. Man, these people, man. Every time I try to... whatever. You know what? Let me just show them. I can't. Look at that. Look at the name of the stupid movie. Look at this. It's, first of all, it's coming out in June. So right after my prediction, look at that. It's supposed to be released on June 16th or June 23rd, one of those dates. Wes Anderson is the director. Tom Hanks is in the movie. Look, it's called Asteroid City. Can you imagine if they did that, if they tried to fake and tell you it was an asteroid that hit? Because how the hell would you know? You know what I mean? If you saw something, you know, because it could be just a CGI in the sky, whatever the hell. You know, hologram in the sky, and then they blow it up in the water. And what does it say? Itinerary of a junior stargazer. Junior stargazer, space cadet. Cadet equals 33. Space 33. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's Asteroid City. What if they say an asteroid hit instead of a... because let me tell you something. If an asteroid hit, it would cause a water issue. You know what I mean? It would cause a tsunami. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something's very fishy, folks. Something's going on. All right, folks. Any last words? I'll stay on for another 5-10 minutes if you guys have anything to say. For the people, if anyone got in late, I'll leave the video up for like a day. And by the way, I'm going to be uploading that video that I did yesterday onto my backup channel. So if you see that right now in the next like couple hours, then you know that it's a video that's from my main channel. And if you didn't see that video, make sure you watch it because it's a great video. Any last words, folks, before I end the video? Who wants to see that Dr. Pepper video again? I'll show that if you guys want to see it again. I'm just trying to give you guys something to see before I end the video. Oh, Yeah, I'll show it again. I'll show it again for the people who didn't see it. Um, let me just show this. Let me just show you one last thing. What did I do with it? Uh-oh. Yeah, I appreciate the kind comments. Thank you. Hold on. So just real quick, let me just show you this. You know Austin Butler, he was the star of that Elvis movie. He played Elvis, right? Now, please explain to me something. Out of all the people in the world, okay, first of all, he's born on 8/17. 8/17, you can make 8 out of the 1/7 because I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on the 17th. Check this out. Ohio's the 17th state, right? He's going to get his head wound on 8/4. We're on the Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar, if you convert it to the Julian calendar, August 17th would be August 4th. So Austin Butler, the guy who played Elvis, his birthday would actually be August 4th, which is the day Trump gets his head wound. Okay. And I told you 1 and 7 can be an 8. But look, Ohio's the 17th state. Then you have the 8, 8, and 4. Because I told you Trump gets his head wound 8/4, comes back 8/8. Elvis turns 88. You see? This year. So you have all those numbers in there too. And by the way, if you add Seattle and Manhattan together, it would equal 174. Seattle, Manhattan equals 174 in gematria, and Elvis turns 88 this year. You see, it's right there in the thing. Anyway, Austin Butler, the guy who played Elvis. Look at this. His forward numbers are 162. His backwards numbers are 162. That's June 11th. Out of all the, what, just ask yourself, what is the chance that Austin Butler's name is going to be the same forward and backward, and it's also June 11th's date, 162nd day of the year. And of course, 45 years, Elvis has been dead. Trump is the 45th president, 8/1 backwards, 1/8, Elvis's birthday. You get what I'm saying? I'm just asking you folks to think about it. Like, what is the chance, you know? Yeah, that's right. He played Sully Sullenberger, that Tom Hanks. Yeah, that's right. The SS Minnow. That's right. Sully Sullenberger. What a BS story. For anyone who believes that story, you are like the dumbest person in the world. If you believe that a guy landed a plane in the water and everybody survived, you just got to be the dumbest person in the world. There is no way in hell a plane is going to survive landing on water, okay? Unless it's like a light plane, but nothing that big is going to land in the water that simply, all right? Impossible. And of course, there's no video of it. You know, they show some video. There's no amateur video of that incident. And what else? I think that's it, folks. So I was just trying to show you that last thing. It's just ridiculous. Out of all the people, you know, that they could have chose, they chose Austin Butler because of what his name was and what his birthday falls on. All right, folks. All right, last minute. Any last words, folks? Say your piece now. I like your mug. Oh, this mug. I thought you were talking about my face because, you know, they call it a mug shot. I was like, I go, you like my mug? Oh, yeah, this thing? Yeah, I think my sister gave this to me. Because, you know, I told her, you know, because I told you I have arthritis, so I couldn't hold the heavy cups, you know. But what's funny is my coffee mugs are like 10 times heavy, you know. But this, I don't use, you can't put hot stuff in this stuff. This thing will break. If you put something cold in here, it'll crack this thing. because I've done it. I already broke like 4 of them. Anyway, yeah, she had given it to me. It's actually pretty cool to drink water out of it, yeah, because it's light, very light. Anyway, folks, God bless everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll leave the video up. And again, I'm going to tell you, make sure you subscribe to all 3 of my channels, okay? All you got to do is put JEWrassic, put JEWrassic, Liars, Elvis, Seattle. And then just scroll the page once you get there, and you'll see the 3 channels, okay? And all my channels have close to 1,000 or up to 3,000. So if anybody has less than that, then you know it's not my channel, because sometimes people copy my name. So just put JEWrassic, Liars, Elvis, Seattle into your YouTube search, not Google, all right? And you'll see my main channel, because that's where you should watch the live streams, because those live streams I leave up. Most of these live streams I take down unless it's something good on my backup channels, because that's where I'm at right now, on the backup. All right. God bless everybody, and thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Take care. All right, I'm counting down 30 more seconds. Now you can just stare at my mug for the next 20 seconds. All right, folks. Take care. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, and God bless all of you. All right, take care. End of video. Jesus is God. End of video.